There we go. Good morning. Or it's not morning at all, it's the afternoon right here. Welcome. Welcome today. We're gonna do another relaxation yoga, so relax yoga stream. I hope you have a surface that is a bit soft, like you can use the yoga mat or a rug, anything basically that works for you. Just make sure that it's okay for your joints, like if you're sitting on your knees, that it doesn't hurt your knees, okay? So anything that is soft for you. And we're going to start in about 2 minutes. Okay, more or less. Just let me put this one straight. There we go. Okay. And again, guys, anything you like to sit on, just use it. You know, you don't have to. You can use a cushion, like one of those big meditation cushions, or you can just start on a chair. Anything you like, as long as you're comfortable. Okay, that's the only thing that is always important. When you sit, make sure you're good. Okay. And one of the things as well is that the back is not supported by the wall or by the back of a chair. Because we're going to do some breathing exercises today. We're going to practice a pranayama as well. And it's very important that the whole upper body is free. Because when we breathe, we usually feel that in the belly or in the chest, but the back also, like the lungs are expanding every side, so they're expanding as well in the back. So it's important that your entire upper body is free to move. Okay. Just install yourself in your own yoga space here. And just take a few breaths. Get yourself ready. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We're going to do some movement today. We're just going to find a way to relax the body, but we're also going to practice a pranayama technique. It's a breathing technique. Prana means life energy, life force, and yama means moving. So it's basically moving the life energy we have inside us. You cannot breathe in life energy because you already have it inside you, otherwise you wouldn't be alive, obviously. But the way you move it is with the breath. The breath helps you move the prana, moves the life energy. So that's what pranayama is. And that's why it always is being called breathing exercises, because you're using the breath, but what you're doing is moving life energy. Okay? So first we're just gonna start normally sitting. If you want to close your eyes, just close them. If you want to keep them open, find a spot somewhere in front of you, something that doesn't move, something that doesn't particularly interest you, so that you can stare and that you can bring your attention towards yourself. So you can bring your attention inwards. And just take a moment to examine how you feel. So maybe you had a very busy week, very busy day. Maybe there's a really busy time ahead of you. Or maybe you're just really calm, really relaxed already and just gonna add to that. And that's okay. Anywhere you are in that continuum. It's not right or wrong, just try to feel for yourself how you are. And maybe there's something you want to pay extra attention to. Maybe there's a part of your body, maybe there are some thoughts or emotions that, play a part. And it's not like you can just move them aside for the next 40 minutes. They're still there, they're in your mind or in your body. And if you can just acknowledge them, then they can be there without triggering you. So they can just move along in this yoga session, but they don't have to bother you. And sometimes you will feel that, especially with emotions, you will feel that some poses, some exercises might be more difficult or might be better or feel nice. And just acknowledge that. There's no right or wrong, there's nothing you have to gain here, there's no result that you need to get. The only thing you do here is take some time for you, and it helps with your emotions and with your body to take that time, to pay that attention, to take a moment to breathe and actually to let go of all results, to let go of every goal you may have. It's a free space if you want, freedom space. And you have every bit of freedom here to do or don't do whatever you want. So you can follow me if you want in every exercise. If it feels good and perfect, then maybe you feel you need something else, then follow your own instinct. Follow your own body, your own needs. It's the best way to go. It's always the thing you can trust in. Just let your body lead. Let your needs lead. Try to relax when you're sitting down. Try to relax your legs and your feet, your hips. Try to lengthen the upper body. Lengthen the spine, the neck. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands. So you can use just as much strength as you need to sit up straight, but not so much that you feel tense, not so much that it's hurting. You just slouch a little bit, hang forward a little bit more, or use a pillow or folded blanket under the hips. You know, that makes it easier, it makes the pose easier. And try to breathe in soft and deep, as evenly as possible, but keep it natural. Try to keep the breathing as natural as it comes right now. Just again observe. Maybe the breathing is different than it was yesterday, different than it will be tomorrow. Take your time. And if you want, you can keep your eyes closed, keep them open if you like, and we're slowly going to make some movements. Slowly make some movements, maybe with the head. If you want to start there, just let it roll from side to side. Maybe you want to turn, or only want to roll back and forth. What do you need? What do you feel would be the best movement for you right now? Best movement for your neck, your shoulders, your head. And try to keep it soft, okay? So if you move, try to feel how far your head will hang without pushing it. So you keep the muscles stretched without pulling on them. And you maybe want to turn your head from left to right. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed if you're moving the head. So you can really focus on the neck and on the head, okay? So you can, you don't have to divide your attention now. You can really focus onto one area. And maybe you want to draw circles, and just make a circle with your nose in the air. Don't get dizzy. Try to make a very slow circle, or you change directions every time. So you make one towards the right, one towards the left, one towards the right, that way. And we're going to move the shoulders. So you can just roll them backwards. Use your shoulder blades. You can keep the arms just relaxed on the legs, or just hang them. Whatever feels good. Keep breathing. So keep breathing deep and soft. So that means you don't inhale very actively, but you exhale a bit more active, so that the inhale comes naturally more deep. Okay? So if you exhale actively, then you feel you have more need to let the breath come in. That way you keep it soft but deep. Okay. You can bring your hands in front of your heart. We're just going to twist a little. So try to keep the hands in front of the sternum. You can keep them like this as well. It's both fine, whatever feels comfortable. And we're just going to twist left to right. Keep the hands together in front of your sternum, so you don't move with your shoulders, you only move with the back. And we're doing this exercise every now and then, just to warm up the back a little bit. We're going to use it later. Just twisting, just twisting. Very good. And back to the center. Then you can bring the arms up. Stretch yourself all the way out. And then bring the right hand down. Down, 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 all the way down. And you might feel that you're already leaning towards the right. You can lean as far as you like. As far as you like. Just keep both of your sitting bones on the floor. And make sure it's not uncomfortable. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. So don't hang your shoulder, just keep them away, keep them long. Neck is long, shoulders are integrated into the back. And use some belly muscles to come back up. Bring the right hand up, stretch yourself out again, and we're going towards the left. So let the left hand touch the floor and just lean towards the left as far as you want. Keep on breathing. Okay, so make sure that over here, when you're leaning towards the left, you relax the belly a bit. So the breathing can go down. It's very easy to breathe here. Just make sure your shoulders down. It's more active, so it's more, you use more strength in your arm and in your shoulder, but it's better for the muscles, better for the joints, to keep the muscles active. And again, come up, stretch out, very, very long, and then we're going to go to the front. Both hands on the floor, and you can keep it long, so you can just lean forward just a little bit. If you want to relax, just relax down. Bring the head down, bring the arms down, everything just goes down. Relax all the way down. Relax the shoulders, the head, keep breathing softly. Keep breathing softly. And again, we're going to roll ourselves up. Roll yourself up so you can use your hands, walk your hands towards your legs, place them behind you, and then open the chest. So we're going to make a little back bend with the upper back. You can stick your chin out in front of you. Don't let your head hang backwards, okay? So keep it active. So you kind of push your chin diagonally to the front. So you open, but you don't compress the neck too much. If it's uncomfortable, just keep your chin in. Just open the back, open the chest. And when you breathe out, relax. Come back to center. Okay, we're gonna come to all fours. Where you can roll over your heads, over your feet. I'm having some problems today with my hands and my feet, don't I? We'll get there, don't worry. You can come to all fours, hands and knees. And then you can bring the left leg, the weight onto the left leg, and then we're going to roll the right leg. So we're just going to make circles with the right knee, as big or as small as you like. Try to keep your shoulders above the wrists, and your knee more or less below the hips. Try to make circles both ways. Inwards and outwards. Just circle the legs. Just circling the legs. That was the right leg. We're going to start onto the left one. So bring the weight into the right and just circle the left leg. Doesn't matter on which side or which way you start. Just opening the hips a little bit. Warming up those hip sockets, those muscles. All the fascia, ligaments, tendons that are there, all gonna warm it up. Both ways, so if you go one way, change direction. Opening up the other way, try to bring the weight onto your right knee and both of your hands, so you keep that balance. Okay, and relax your knee back onto the floor. You can place your right foot in between your hands. And you can walk it forward as far as you like. So the further you walk it forward, the further your weight comes forth, the more stretch you're having on the left hip. Try to keep your knee more or less above your ankle. And if you want, you can come up. You don't have to. You can just try if you want to come up. You can place something under your left knee if it's uncomfortable. You can place your hands on your leg. Take a few deep breaths here. Just relax. Okay. Keep that feeling. Try to feel what's happening in your body, how it is to stand like this, what you need maybe. Place your hands on the floor then. And we're going to curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. So it's a more active pose, okay? It's a more active pose. If you want to wiggle a little bit, you can wiggle. Otherwise, just stand like this. And you can stretch out the front leg as far as you like. Maybe all the way, maybe you just want to stretch it a little bit. You can always keep it bent. Breathing deeply. So also here, you might feel that it's a very tense pose. That's okay. Just make sure you keep breathing. And then slowly you can place both hands, so bend the knee as far as necessary to place both hands on the floor. Bring the right foot backwards and come onto your knees again. Okay? Same way we're going to do on the left. So bring the left foot in between your hands and walk it forward as much as you like. So the more you walk it forward, bring the weight forward, the more stretch you're going to have on the right side. Keep the knee more or less above the ankle, a little bit backwards is okay. If you put it very far over, it's going to stretch your tendons. You're kind of hanging in your knee, which is very uncomfortable later. So keep a strong pose. And you can always keep your hands on the floor, okay? So if this is too uncomfortable, you can place your hands back on the floor. If you have blocks, you can place your hands on 2 blocks to relax. Just make sure the pose is not too straining. It's stretching, of course, and you use some strength, but it shouldn't be a very hard or very difficult pose. So make it easier for yourself, okay? And the way to discover that is through your breath. So make sure you keep the breathing soft. If you cannot breathe anymore, if your breath is being compromised by the pose, make it easier for yourself. And again, place your hands on the floor, curl the back toes under if you didn't before, lift the back knee and stretch out the left leg. Hands on the floor. If your fingertips are on the floor, if you want to make the pose, if you place the back foot further away, your hands are closer to the floor and it's easier, but you're making a wider step. Okay, so it has pros and cons basically. And that's why it's easier if you have a mat, if you have a yoga mat with some grip. Otherwise, we're going into an accidental split or something, which is not what we want. Let's keep it strong. Keep breathing. And bend the front knee as far as necessary. Place both hands on the floor. Bring the left foot back. Knees on the floor. And you can come all the way down to child's pose. So you bring your hips towards your heels. You can let your hands rest in front of you, alongside your body. Or you can let your head rest on your hands. Otherwise, place your head on the floor. Take a moment here. And try to observe your breathing, your rhythm. Maybe you feel your heartbeat. And then you can come slowly back to all fours. And take your time. You're just going to walk yourself forward until you are on your belly. Okay? You can place your hands in front of you into Sphinx pose. Take a few breaths. If it's too much, place your hands more in front of you. So this way it's easier on the back. Place your hands closer towards you. It's a bit harder. Try to keep the elbows up under the shoulders, so don't let them be pushed outwards. Keep them with you. And keep breathing. Very softly, very slowly. Let the body get used to this pose for a few seconds. And from here, place your hands under your shoulders. So we're going to come to this cobra pose. And from this cobra pose, we're going back to child's pose. So you push yourself up, use some muscles, use some strength, all the way to child's pose. You can keep your hands stretched out in front of you. Relax your head on the floor if you want to. Take a few moments here. And from this child's pose, we're going back to cobra pose. So come back to all fours, let yourself rest on the floor. First cobra, and then place your hands out in front of you again into Sphinx pose. And just keep breathing. Same rhythm, we're going to do it one more time. Bring your hands under your shoulders, cobra pose, and from here let your nose down a little bit. Actively push yourself up all the way back towards your child's pose. Take a moment in child's pose. And from here, back to all fours. Back to cobra pose. And from cobra pose, we're going back to Sphinx pose. Okay, so it's a nice little rhythm. Here we're going to rest a little bit. So find your perfect Sphinx pose, which means perfect for your body. Make sure your lower back is okay, that it feels comfortable. And just breathe. And you can let your elbows go outwards. And you can bring your hands under your head. And just take a moment here, lying on the belly, resting, relaxing the lower back. Deep breath in and all the way out. Very good. From this pose, you can roll over onto your back. So just switch yourself. I need to adjust my mind for a second. Just go ahead. Make sure you lay onto the belly. Onto the back, I'm sorry. Let's keep it straight, Jen. Okay. You can place the knees or the feet a little bit out, so you can bring the knees from side to side, or you can bring the knees up and roll them. Anything you like for the lower back, whatever feels good for you right now to loosen up the lower back a little bit more. And then we're going to bridge pose, and you can do that actively. You can also use, for example, maybe. You can use a cushion. Okay, so I'm going to show you both. If you want to do it actively, place your hands on the floor. You start this way anyway, even if you want to make it a passive, relaxing pose. Bring your feet towards your hips, so you can push yourself up. First of all, you're going to push your navel down, okay? So the pelvis is tilting forward, and then you push yourself up. And if you want to keep it actively, you try to keep a line with your upper legs and your upper body. And you want to use your strength evenly. Your feet, your knees, your whole legs, your hands, everything. Okay, so this is the active pose. If you want to make it relaxing pose, we're doing relax yoga, so I would advise you to do that if it feels good. You place a cushion or a block or a book, anything that lifts the hips. And this is a very big lift. You can use a very small lift, especially if you have some lower back problems. And then you can relax the hips onto, let's say, the cushion. If you want to make the bridge even more, even deeply of a stretch, especially for psoas, which is a very strong muscle that connects upper and lower body, you can relax both of your legs by stretching them outwards, away from you. This way you have a very deep stretch on the front, and it can be really nice if you're sitting a lot during the day. This stretch can be really good for you. It can be really good for your posture, for your lower back as well. But it shouldn't be painful in the lower back, okay? You can also make it half, so you can also just leave your feet slightly on the floor. Anything in between is good. So I'm gonna relax. I like this pose a lot. You can let your hands roll outwards. That way your shoulders roll outwards, and that's the best pose for them to relax, the same as in Shavasana. And relax your breathing. If you're making an active bridge, you can keep the bridge for as long as you like, and then go back and relax for a few breaths, and then come back up to the bridge pose. Okay, so you can keep it on as long as you want, but make sure nothing, you don't over use your muscles. So keep it soft, keep it nice, not too hard. Come back every time you feel you're gonna tremble, for example in the upper legs or in the belly area. Just a few more breaths here. And of course, if you want to keep it on longer, then just stay here for a little bit longer. That's all up to you. And you can place your feet back under the knees, so make sure you can bring that activity back into the hips, into the belly. Push your hips up, and then you remove your cushion, your block, whatever it is you have there, and release the back onto the mat. And again, you can just let the knees fall inwards, rest on each other. Take a moment here. If you feel any pressure in the lower back or in the hips, just let the pressure release itself again. So there's no tension left from the pose. And if you want to, you can just bring the knees in and roll them a little bit. Just roll them around. And anytime you like, you can go into Shavasana, which is our final relaxation pose. We're just in that lying on our back. But you can also lay on your side. Just make sure you have a high enough pillow under the head then, and something in between the knees and the feet, okay? So the knees and the ankles don't touch. You have something soft in between. And here it goes the same. If it's painful lying like this, use a pillow under the head. Something under the knees can be really nice for the lower back. You can bring the hands on your belly, outwards, then you roll your shoulders outwards. Any position that feels most comfortable for you. Take a few deep breaths. You can sigh here or yawn. Try to let go completely. No holdings. You can become heavy. Your entire body can become heavy. Every part of you can sink into that floor, into that surface. Like all of a sudden, every time you breathe out, your strength just lets go. Every time you breathe out, your body becomes soft. Soft and heavy. Every time you breathe out, your body sinks into the floor. And you can feel how you breathe naturally. Very soft, very easy. There's no doing. We're going to stay here for a little while, Just enjoy. And then slowly roll yourself onto your side. Take your time, just move your body onto your side, and from there, push yourself up. Take your time getting up. Sometimes the body needs a little bit of adjustment from lying down to sitting up, especially when you feel very relaxed in Shavasana, until you are sitting again. Okay. You can use that cushion to sit on. It can be very comfortable if you want. So take a moment here. I would like to do some Anuloma Viloma with you. It's a breathing exercise and we're just going to do it step by step. And you can join me if you want. If you don't feel like it, you can just take that easy, deep yogic breathing. Just keep your attention towards your breath and just let go of any Anuloma Viloma practice. And we're going to start with Chandra Vedana, which is the opening of the left nostril. If you know Anuloma Viloma, just do it your way. Otherwise you can join me. You can make the motion with your hand where you place your thumb outwards, your index finger and your middle finger go in, your ring fingers outwards again, and we don't use the pink, so you can leave it inwards or outwards. Just place it in front of your nose and try to feel the left and the right nostril. Your thumb is touching the right, your ring finger is touching the left, and you can move. You can close your left nostril, you can close your right nostril. Don't push too hard, just feel how you close them. Just keep it in front of your nose and take a few normal breaths, normal and soft. From here, try to breathe in, then close the right nostril with your thumb and breathe out through the left. Then close your left nostril with your ring finger and breathe in through the right. Close right with your thumb, breathe out through left. Close left with your ring finger, breathe in through right. Close with your thumb, out through left. Keep switching. Close your left, breathe in through your right. Close your right, breathe out through the left. In through the right, out through the left. So keep switching. In through right, out through left. At your own pace, at your own breathing pace, keep it natural. In through right, out through left. Don't go too fast or too slow, so keep the rhythm normal, otherwise it's gonna compromise your breath. In and out. In through the right, out through the left. It might take some practice, that's okay. I will make a more extensive video about this in the future. For now, if you want to try it, just go along. Otherwise, leave it for now. Just concentrate on your breathing. One more time, in through right and out through left. And during the exhalation, you can just lower your hand back on your knee. You can keep your hands closed or you can bring them in Chin Mudra. And just take a few breaths normally. If you feel your rhythm is changed, just go with it. Bring it back. Make sure it's natural, comfortable again. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to do the Surya Vedana, which is the opening of the right nostril. With your left hand, you're going to bring again your thumb out, index finger and middle finger are in, ring finger is out, pink, whatever you want. Again, bring it in front of your nose, so your thumb is touching the left nostril now, and your ring finger is touching the right nostril. Try to feel what they are. Thumb on the left, ring finger on the right. Keep a few normal breaths, okay? Just keep your rhythm. Breathe in and out, try to feel your rhythm and keep that same rhythm when you change nostrils, okay? So when you breathe in, just slowly, then close with your thumb your left nostril, breathe out through the right. Close right with your ring finger, breathe in through the left. Close your thumb, out through the right. Close with your ring finger, in through the left. Out through the right. In through the left. Out through the right. Find your own rhythm. In through left, out through right. Try to relax the belly, keep breathing very softly. Try to relax the shoulders and try to watch how you're sitting. So keep the body straight, keep the head straight. Don't turn towards the left. In through left, out through right. Keep it easy. Anytime you feel dizzy, anytime you feel you compromising the breath, just stop the exercise and continue later on or try another time. In through left, out through right. One more time. And when you exhale, just lower your left hand again and let both hands rest on the knees. So we did Chandra Vedana to open the left. We did Surya Vedana to open the right. And then we're going to combine both into one exercise. So we're going to switch. We're going to breathe in through right, out through left. And then we're going to breathe in through left, out through right. So that's one circle. I'm going to switch it up. You can use either hand. I'm going to use the right one. I'd advise you to use the right one too, because it's easier with the thumb and the ring finger instructions. Again, try to bring it in front of your nose, feel your normal rhythm, take some time. And there we go. Breathe in and close your right nostril with your thumb, breathe out through left. Keep it that way. Breathe in through left as well. Then switch. Close your left nostril and breathe out through the right. Keep it that way, or you also breathe in through the right. Then you switch, close with your thumb, breathe out through left. And then we have one circle. Breathe in through left, then switch, out to right. In to right, switch, out towards the left. In, switch, out. Through the same nostril in, switch, out. Same in, switch, out. In, switch, out. So that's the rhythm you want. You switch off the breathing in. Again, relax the belly. Try to keep the head straight. In, switch, and out. And then through the same nostril in, then you switch again, out. Relax the shoulders, try to relax your face. And don't push too hard on your nose. So you can close your nostrils with very little pressure. Very little pressure. Breathe in, then switch. Breathe out through the same nostril in, switch out, switch and breathe out. A few more times you can make that round. Take your time. And when you breathe out through the left nostril again, release your hand and slowly bring it back down onto your knee. Take some time breathing through both of your nostrils. And if you like this exercise, you can build it up to 7 minutes per part. So 7 minutes Chandra Vedana, 7 minutes Surya Vedana, and 7 minutes Anuloma Viloma. But if you just start, just do it one, for a week and then build it up. So let your body get used to it. Anytime you get dizzy, short of breath, you stop the exercise. That's not the point. It's designed to practice an even breath and to balance left and right. And you can bring a lot of calmness, a lot of peacefulness, relaxation in the body and in the breath and in the mind. We try to practice it from a background of easiness, of play. It should never compromise a normal breathing. And try to observe what you feel, what you notice in your body, in your mind, in your breath. No judgment, just neutral observations. You can bring your hands together in front of your heart, and you can thank yourself for taking the time, making time to pay attention, to take some time to take care of your body, your mind and your soul. Namaste. I want to thank you so much for joining me again on this Relax Yoga class. If you have any questions, if there's anything you'd like to share with me, or if you have any requests about something you want to learn or something you would like to see, please just leave it in the comments below. I will always answer that. And otherwise, I'm hoping you're going to have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. Have a good day. Hey guys, thank you so much. Nice, John. Have a good day. Have a good day. Bye guys.